defensively, James Harden not being aggressive. This is a shot. We've seen this all year long. Came out tentative, little passive, turned the corner, looking to make plays for his teammates instead of scoring. And then when he tried to attack, just didn't get the roll. Give the Spurs credit. Defense with James Harden could not get it going all night long.
Yo, what's good to the family out there, man? You're tuned into your boy Street Columnist, the jack of all trades, the master of shit. Now today I wanted to do a video vlog personally on James Harden, Mr. AKA The Beard, Mr. AKA Stealing Lil B Cooking, Mr. AKA Choke Artist of the Year, Mr. AKA The Fraud. Now why do I call this man the fraud? Well, shit, that's a good question. Because if anybody has seen the series of the San Antonio Spurs versus the Houston Rockets, then you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about. Your boy Harden is a joke to me. Not only is he a joke off the court with the whole Khloe Kardashian situation and the whole Adidas sneaker deal and whatever the fuck he got going on, the dude is a joke on the basketball court, man. I mean, think about it, man. This dude was considered to be in the MVP race with Russell Westbrook this past year, almost averaging a triple-double in the regular season, and it never seems to fail me that the Beard, aka the Choke Artist of the Year, gets to the playoffs and doesn't show up. Now, to my understanding is that the playoffs and the regular season are two different things. So when you judge a player on his performance in the playoffs as far as how he performs, it's not the end-all be-all when it comes to the MVP race. Well, in my personal opinion, I think that shit should be changed, and I think it should be changed ASAP. Me personally, I've never been a fan of James Harden. Even in his days when he played for OKC, the dude was a joke to me. Because he showed his true colors back then in 2012 when the OKC Thunder played against the Miami Heat and LeBron James exposed his ass. He showed his true colors when Ron Artest put that elbow in the back of his neck and he didn't do shit about it. Oh, and he showed his true colors the last 2 years when it came to him getting in the playoffs. Oh, actually the last 3 years. I take that back. When your man has not showed up, period, when the big moment. So at the end of the day, it's quite obvious to me that this dude, to be honest with you, like he's a con artist, he's a fraud on the basketball court, and I really don't see how anybody can like his game. And I think what it boils down to is that he's with the Houston Rockets. He's the biggest name on the team. There's not any major superstars there. Of course, they had Dwight Howard there last year playing with him. But he's pretty much washed up at the end of his career right now. Never really, in my opinion, was a true big man. But shit, that's another video for another opinion. But let's get back to James Harden. I mean, did you watch this dude last night when the team really needed him? What did he come out and do? He gave him 10 points in an elimination game in Game 6 where he knew it was a must-win at Houston. The nigga gave him 10 points. That's without Tony Parker. Oh, and did I mention they didn't even have Kawhi Leonard, who in my opinion is the league MVP this year, because he's the best two-way player in the fucking NBA right now. And I don't want to hear no talk about LeBron James. I understand Russell Westbrook had an amazing accomplishment by averaging a triple-double, and I respect his craft, and he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. But when you look at both ends of the spectrum, and you look at Kawhi Leonard, and you look at as far as his game goes, he's the complete package. And this is essentially what you want in the NBA in this day and time. But once again, let's get back to your boy James Harden. This man came out last night, and I swear to God, I honestly felt like when I was watching the game and watching the highlights that he shaved points. I don't feel like his mind was fully into the game, and I really personally don't, at the end of the day, based on his contract, his endorsements, the nigga obviously don't give a fuck, man. We got to hold these NBA players and these professional athletes accountable. Not just off the court and off the field, but on the court. And certain things that they doing. And James Harden is the prime example of these new age niggas and these new age basketball players, because they so busy fraternizing and loving and playing around and friendships on the court, to the point where they don't have that savage in them when the time comes in, when the big moment and the big stage steps up. And once again, James Harden showed you at the end of the day that this dude, his legacy will forever be tarnished. I mean, I think you can almost throw this nigga in the same boat as a motherfucking Carmelo Anthony. They look good during the regular season. They can score with the best of them. They can do certain flashy things. They can get hot in 1 minute. But when the big moment comes up, them niggas is no shows. Period. And that's what the fuck James Harden is. He's a no-show. A no-show. He's a joke to me. I don't respect this game. And really, when you look at it, Harden likes to get matchups. He likes to have certain matchups, and he works good off pick and rolls. You isolate him, and the only thing he's labeled and he's going to end up doing is drawing a foul. When you look at the majority of his points, it comes at the free throw line. He likes to be a strategic, crafty player in drawing fouls, slowing down the game, and channeling the game to the point where the NBA, to the point where when whoever his opponent is, he wants them to play at his pace and comply. I mean, and comply with the pace and the way he's able to dictate it. Which meaning essentially drawing fouls and going to the line with that little pro step Euro hop shit where he goes in and he goes to the left, to the right, and he drags the arm up and he goes up for a faulty ass layup that he do when he gets to the line where he has a high free throw percentage. He's inconsistent with his 3 points. And to be honest with you, a lot of his assists comes on transitional things where he's passing the ball, or he's doing things where he commands a double team. It's basically stats inflation. That's all it is. It's essentially what Westbrook doing. But me personally, I think Westbrook has an old school mentality, and that's why I respect him more. I think Westbrook does a lot of stats and inflation things on the basketball court as well to get his numbers up as far as rebounds, such and such go. But Harden is a prime example of a choke artist. The nigga never shows up when you need him. And when in the heat of the moment, how the fuck you gonna have, you average 10 points and Trevor Ariza comes out and give the team 20 points? Y'all niggas got smacked 114-75 last night at home in Houston in one of the biggest games of your professional career. And what did you do? Nigga, you turned the ball over. And then to make things even more crazier to me, I heard you was in the fucking, supposedly, we got whist of it, that you was in the club partying after the game. Once again, these new age basketball niggas on the court, yo. You don't have that killer instinct in you. Your priorities is fucked up. And the way that you go about your basketball is not serious to me. You don't take your craft serious. In the heat of the moment, there's no way niggas who lose go straight to the club as a coping mechanism, or either just go to the shit after like goes on. This shows to me that the money, the profit that's involved into the NBA, it pretty much got you niggas, pretty much got your head in a whole different mindset, and you not focused on the game. Because at the end of the day, you always have something to fall back on. And I think a lot of times, us as fans and spectators that watch these sports, we have to stop taking this shit so personal and putting so much energy into it and really see and hold these niggas accountable. We get so hyped up, water cooler conversations, barbershop talk, argument, my team, this team. But we really got to see these niggas for what they really is. They really don't give a fuck, man. And James Harden is a prime example that shows that. There's no way a nigga on that stage of a game shows up and play like that. So I just wanted to make this video to basically talk about Harden, man. You know, I hope and pray that next year that we see a different thing. I don't know if they're going to bring another superstar over there in Houston. I know they got Patrick Beverly. Ariza's pretty much that crafty old-ass vet that they have. They don't really have a true big man. Their bench is still in developmental mode. They got Lou Williams, who they just got in the trade, and they got Eric Gordon. But your team is heavily surfaced around guards. So unless these niggas are hot or streaky, they're inconsistent. You can't ask them to show up every single night, which essentially what got exposed versus San Antonio Spurs in this series. So y'all pretty much subscribe to your boy, man. It's Street Columnist, man. I'm gonna be doing vlogs on everything. Had to do this shit on the bid, aka the fraud, aka the choke artist, aka Mr. I stole a little B cooking. Sit your cooking, faking ass down somewhere, nigga. Take your ass on the basketball court, practice, do whatever you need to do, and enhance your game. Stop deboing these guards out here. Stop having your game predicated on pick and rolls, and learn how to create shots for yourself in a situation, and step up, dog, and be consistent. And stop frauding out here. You fraud. Street Columnist, jack of all trades, master of shit. We out.